What's up, y'all? It's your girl Caprice. I'm back, and this is Real Best Friends.
It's like the devil trying to scare you. But then the angels come in, and the angels, they let you know who's in trouble.
I tried living apart from God. At times I was feeling so far from God. My faith in his people done left me scarred. The hatred and hurt was so bizarre. I thought that they would always ride for me. I cried but nobody replied to me. I questioned the truth inside of me, and right about then is when the devil had lied to me. Like, hold up, God got you, he don't ever show up. All his people acting like they know you. Tell you that you do it for the money, fame, power, trying to blow up. Why you playing games, time to grow up. You been reading Bibles and leading studies and helping your little buddies, but tell me what it's really doing for you. They gon' still tell you you're faking phony, consuming your every motive, so what's the point in trying to keep it loyal? Said you have faith, you're starting to race fake. Can't even take dates, you hoping to save faith. Trying to go mainstream in order to reach folk. Ain't nobody rocking with you, especially these folk. I lost it, while I'm drinking liquor in my closet. I used to pray and hit, but now I'm saucy. I'm losing money, I'm a lost profit. I'm making bad decisions every time I get exhausted. Lord, I don't even really know the real me now. Demons got me tripping, trying to kill me now. Sitting trying to figure who can help me get delivered. Send an angel in an Uber, come and heal me now. Evil, you ain't got no control of me. I'm never too far from the blood that flowed for me. I lost a lot, but got too much again. I'll probably never be the same, but I ain't worried, cause I know you're restoring me.
How to suffer through the storm, no cap. Yeah, I signed a deal, but I ain't really getting rest. Could've fell up in the pit, lost my track. Switch up the flow like he switched on my past. Everything different when I hit the glass. Looked at the gram more than I looked at fast. Stuck in my head, I don't know where I'm at. All of that fame don't last. Can you restore me? You got a quote, it's recorded. I never thought in my life I had a story. My testimony, yeah, ET for homie. I see new dimensions like I'm Rick and Morty. No pun intended, he calling. I ain't looking back, I'm all in. I put my heart in the offering.
Been at the bottom, but God told me flip my perspective. It's all in perception, cause every time that I feel low, he gon' step in. Make sure when you running, you got some direction. The devil, he plotting, I see the deception. But haven't you noticed when we at our lowest? That's when I pray a life be having some focus. Ooh, when I'm winning, am I choosing you? If you missing every winner.
What's up? What's up? It's been a minute. Man, it's been a minute, and I just been doing work. Episode 3. I'm glad to be back. I think it's been like, let me see. It's been 5 months. I went through my 90-day alignments. As you can see, it did me well. Not just physically, mentally, so much. No matter what nobody told me. I changed my music. This music better though. I'm trying to tell y'all sleep. I still be listening to Wayne sometimes, but mostly I just started giving Wayne like an hour of my time. Maybe a week. But I listen to Christian hip hop mostly now. Cause it's more positive, and you still like this DJ, this playlist that I'm gonna get. It's called Save but Ratchet. That's how I feel. Not really ratchet, but I still like a good beat, you know. So that's coming soon. I'm gonna play that on my next episode. But this is the music I mostly listen to that I got my kids hooked on. But I just like being a positive example for them. Never giving up. It was so hard, Lord. That 90 days, when I tell you, it took, it brought a new person out of me. Things that would usually make me quit, it's like I disregarded the fact that I was even thinking of quitting. Like it didn't even matter. Because when God brought this 90-day alignment thing to me, um, I committed to it wholeheartedly. And so any obstacles that came up, I couldn't let it stop me because I'm a person of my word. So it was like, it is what it is. Like I cried many nights, many days. I lost a lot of stuff. I lost people um in the process, but I could definitely say everything that has happened has been so worth it. And the things that are to come, I just hope my arms are big enough to even hold it because everything is looking so bright, and I just want to encourage people to never give up, like even in the hard times. Back when, as I sit here now and look at how where I am mentally, where I am in my life, I think back to those times when I didn't think it was going to get better. Like there were times when my back was messed up and I was like, this is really my life. Like this is really what my life is gonna be. So to be here, you couldn't have you could have bet me anything and said, you're gonna get out of this. You're gonna make it out of this. You're gonna be in such a good place 2 years from now. Um, I wouldn't have believed it. But here I am. And I just been doing so much. I just been doing so much, Lord. As you can see, I've created this whole thing. This platform right here was given to me. I think I was about 30 days into the 90-day alignment, and this vision popped up in my head. So, um, once I got closer and closer to the 90th day, it was like time to put stuff in action. Like all the boot camp has ceased because see, I tell people every time I talk about this, I tell people them first 30 days is like a detox. The next 30 days is boot camp. That's where you're going to encounter all those things that came up in the first 30 days. You're going to be tested the next 30 days to see if you really, really addressed it or not. The last 30 days of the 90-day is preparation to show your visibility, basically come out of hiding, because I was in hiding for 100 and some days, 90 days for sure. But there were definitely times that I was fighting the hiding and God had to come in like, I keep telling you. Because hey, it was hard. Okay, it's still hard. Of course, it's hard. If it wasn't hard, more people would do it. So, um, just the fight back and forth of your old ways, the ways you were conditioned, how you grew up, the stuff your parents told you, the stuff your family members told you, the stuff your friends told you, to pull yourself out of that and transform your mind and to be something different from that. um it takes a lot of dedication, and you have to know your why. Like my why is beyond my why is most importantly God, what he's called me for, what he put me here for, um exceeding in that, you know, achievements have been a part of my life for a long time. So to me, that's the ultimate achievement, to walk as I'm supposed to, like what I was put here for. I spent so long doing things that had nothing to do with my purpose. I used to try to make it fit in it some kind of way, put some stuff in common, but I mean, well, let me take that back. It did have something to do with my purpose because that's how I got here. But I was looking at it the wrong way on how it was gonna help me with my purpose. So figuring that out, you forgive a lot of things easily, versus just forgiving and not really getting the closure that you're looking for. Um I didn't really need anyone to give me closure. God taught me how to get the closure on my own. So, being dedicated to working out, drinking water, because I hate water. I hate it. So I drink the flavor water a lot, but for that 90 day that was the most days I've drank water in a row. So I was proud of that. um I changed my intake on content, what I listen to, what I watch. I don't even watch TV anymore, and I have a TV in every room, and I don't even watch TV. My kids watch it. My relationship with my children has improved so much. Not only using the things that I've learned, but them kind of witnessing the things that are happening in my life. Um, the different trials I may go through, or seeing me dedicated to something until it comes to life, that means more than anything. So, in the times where I was nervous to record, nervous to say anything about what's going on, they were cheering me on. Like they were telling me I could do it. And making them proud means more to me than what someone else has to say. And I woke up today and I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I have so much information to share, and the fact that I'm more, I let the fear of what people might say, might think, even though I know the information that I'm giving is 100% um, gonna improve people's life. Like, it still is like that old trauma comes back, and that's what I mean. You have to, this is a lifestyle. It's not just 90 days. Like, I've been doing the same thing now for since October. So it's a lifestyle at this point. People wonder, how are you so upbeat every day? How are you so happy every day? Why not? Because I spent 12 years sad. Nobody wondered. Nobody, criticized that. It was like, so now that I'm of joy every day. It's like, why are you so happy every day? Oh, why not? I spent 12 years being sad, letting what somebody had to say drive me, hide me. Like, I've been a mouse in the corner for a long time. Things that should have been addressed, things that should have been said, missed opportunities on me. Like, just the result of that is enough to push me to be better every day. I have 3 children, 3 different fathers. And it's like, how did we get here? I woke up one day and I'm like, how did I get here? Like, and that's why they say never. I was the never person. I never have different dads for my kids. Like, that'll never happen. And here I am with 3. Like, how did we get here? Because I was chasing things that were not adding to me. Just wanting to be loved, just wanting to experience something I hadn't experienced. It's like, you give your all and then nothing comes out of it. I ended up with nothing 3 times back to back. I wasn't learning nothing. But in the process of that, in the process of being hurt, in the process of the trials, in the processes of your heart being broken, you become somebody else. So when it started affecting my children or my child, because my son, he saved my life. Even though he was going through a hard time, he won't understand until later that his hard time birthed the best time of my life. And of course, you have to go through different stages in this process. Grief was the hardest stage for me. So many times I was ready to give up because it's easy to do the wrong thing. It's so easy. Like, it takes no effort. Anybody can do the wrong thing. The strength that it takes to be prosperous, to build vision, to leave a legacy, it pulls something out of you that I didn't know I had in me. But God been chasing me a long time. Let me just say, God been chasing me a long time. And I used to be like, just let me be normal. I don't want to be great. I used to beg him, like, leave me alone. I don't want to be great. I just want to be normal and fit in. Like, I'm tired of standing out. When you don't have an environment that boosts the things that make you different, when your different is made a negative, it gets exhausting. Like, and that's what made me really realize, like, my choices, and I'm rocking because when I really get into something, it's like, but being great to me used to be a negative. For a long time, it was like, don't nobody want to be in the company of somebody that's smart. Like, don't nobody want to hear your smartness every day. And I was like, at a point in this alignment, I was like, you know what? My choice in people sucks. It sucks. Like, these aren't people that were forced to be around me. I chose every single one of them. So it's like, evaluate your choice making skills. I became so insecure in my choices. Like, it's ridiculous to choose to be in a relationship with somebody that talks to you crazy, calls you out your name, push you down. They don't ever have no encouraging words. Not only do they not have encouraging words, they have nothing to give to you. Nothing. They're not giving you a thing. And to allow them to not only do all of that, be disrespectful towards you, never show you love. Like, that's a bad choice. What did I think of myself to think that that's what I deserved? And it wasn't like I didn't deserve any of that, but I had to forgive myself because that's how low I had no expectations for myself. That's my point. I had no expectations for myself. I've been up 5 days because I'm tired of struggling on Fridays. And I want me a hit. No, I'm sitting on my highway. Shout out to my outfit here. I got this in Arlington Mall. And Perfect Purpose clothing. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna wear that for my first episode back. But man, so what's been going on? Um, I'm still working full time. I work from home. I've been working from home for 2 years. I also teach the children from home. So, I mean, after 2 years, like I tell everybody, they might as well go ahead and give me a certificate. It should be some type of certificate that I can receive for this because at this point, I'm a teacher. And basically, all they do is give me the lesson plan and I teach it. But I enjoy it so much. It's so hands-on. I'm up to date with where they are. I understand more what they know. And then also, like, it's not just about them learning, it's them learning emotionally as well, because we're together all the time. So anything that I'm learning that I'm implementing in my life, I try to implement it in their life as well, because at the end of the day, I took the path that I took because I did not have all the information that I needed to have. I did not know how to handle my emotions. I thought I knew everything and I didn't. Um, which is the name of my book I'm going to be writing. I have so many things that I'm doing. Shout out to my team, TMP. My mentor that I met a couple months ago, there was a point where the job that I'm at, my regular job, I had a supervisor there that I met. They wanted us to create this customer service department, and I met her, and she had been such an impact in my life for 2 years. Learning so much, learning how to exist in my leadership identity, controlling my emotions. And in the middle of my alignment, I think it was like I had already lost 2 people like back to back early on. So that was like, it took me a minute to kind of work through that, because it's like that letting go thing, especially when God says let it go and you feel like, but I don't want to let it go, but you know that he wouldn't tell you to let it go unless you really needed to. Oh, it was so rough for me, but eventually I think it was like around the 60 something day, I lost my supervisor. She went somewhere else. And I remember as soon as she told me, I was like, God, of all the people, why? And it's like these people dying, but that's how serious it was to be. Like, I was already isolated. And it felt like to me, I was losing everybody. So I lost her. And I had to like pray about it. But That's crazy. I just looked at the clock and it said 22:22. Um, I met my current mentors, David and Keisha. So for my one, I bounced back with two. That's just how God worked. And I had to laugh when it all worked out and I met them and we started on this new journey of helping our community, educating our community on finances and investing and building a legacy for their family. I was like, I had to, give my little praise because, like I said, that one person meant so much to me and had impacted me so much. It was like, how was I going to replace her? And he brought two people into my life for that one that I sacrificed. And people don't understand how much stuff works like that. Like, you be so afraid to change and do something different. And it's like, if you just take the leap, it's something better on the other side. And that's what I've been learning through this process. I've taken different chances. I've invested in myself. Like I said, I'm learning right now, heading toward being an expert financial coach, educating my community, man. Just different things that we don't know about money, about investing for our children. And then we be so stuck up in our attitude. I'm sorry. I like me. I love music. Anybody that know me know I love music. But people be so caught up in their opinions and what they think, and somebody they think they know can't really inform them of other things. But that's why you have to grow. I grow all the time. Like, that's the biggest thing about me. I change a lot. So I can never be like, oh, you can't tell me nothing because I know where you came from. Like, nah, anybody that has not seen me in 10 years, I'm a total different person. You'll be like, what in the, yeah, like anybody that haven't seen me in 5 years, I'm a total different person. Um, like I can go deeper than that, 2 years. Like, it's crazy, but instead of being willing to take the information from me and let me guide them and lead them to better things, you'll pass up on creating generational wealth for your children because of a personal opinion. And that's the biggest difference about me today. I don't take stuff personal. Like, I could go to somebody that years ago, a decade ago, we wasn't cool, and it has nothing to do with that. Like, who cares if we wasn't cool 10 years ago? It's been 10 years. I didn't raise the whole child. My baby finna be 11. Like, you think I would feel some type of way about something from 11 years ago? Like, who had time for that? This is about these kids that we got to save. People don't understand that we got to save these kids. It is our responsibility. My generation, I'm 33, so I'm the last of the 80s babies. So I was kind of that generation that was in the middle. Like, we experienced dial-up internet and all these things, but we're also experiencing social media and things like this, podcast, technology. So we've been on both sides. We are the generation to save this world because we are raising the children that will save this world. And people get so caught up in stuff that does not matter, like arguing with this person every day about the same thing, complaining about the same thing every day, going to a job that you hate. You gonna teach. I'm gonna be honest. I was taught that it didn't matter. My impression was that it never mattered um whether I like the job or not. And that's what never worked for me because I can't even stay in a space like that too long, especially not 20 years. So not being able to be stable. I mean, first of all, you have to go. I tell people all the time when they say they put in job applications and then they go to this interview and they get to the job and they say they got to do this, this, and this, but it's the right pay, but the wrong time, wrong schedule, wrong location, right location. Like it's never exactly what they told me they were looking for. So the first thing that I tell them is when you went online to look for a job, what did you put in? So if somebody tell me, well, um this is the job that I ended up getting. And I'm asking them, like, well, what did you put in when you searched that job? What did you put in the search bar? If you like to do this, how did you end up at a job that's totally opposite? That means that you didn't even go into it with the right intention. So people don't think about this stuff, but everything works together. What do they say? Everything works together for our good. That is so true. So everything that I do now, I try to make sure that I'm very intentional because it's like if you're more aware of the action that you're taking and why you're taking it, you'll step at it as a more valuable thing. I used to waste time and I ended up losing 10 years and I was in a position where I never thought I would be physically able to do anything anymore. So in those 3 years that my physical ability was affected, I thought about all that time I had wasted up to 28, like years doing the wrong things, like worried about somebody else.